Is your trust a ticking time bomb? And what can you do about it? Is your trust a ticking time bomb? This is the other mistake, thinking that your trust will protect future generations from lawsuits, divorce, estate taxes, or from property taxes. So we need to be aware of Prop 19 in California. Could there be 1,000% increase in property taxes for your kids, for your home, for rental property, if you happen to have that? So Prop 19, what is it? It's a new law. It became law in 2021. It was passed by California voters, and it guts property tax protections for your home for future generations. I think one key area of confusion about this, and we saw this misstated in articles throughout the media, is a lot of people thought, okay, well, Prop 19 had some good things, lets you move within the state and keep low property taxes if you're over your age of, I think, 55 or 60. That's not our focus here. Our focus is what happens when mom and dad pass away or when they transfer assets, transfer that home or that rental to the next generation. And a lot of people thought, oh, well, I get that maybe rental properties are no longer protected from reassessments, that Prop 13 protections are gone for that, but my home, that's safe, right? Wrong. Prop 19 provides limited protection for your primary residence and zero protections from reassessment for rental property, or if you have a cabin or a vacation home or business property. So Prop 13 still exists. As long as you're around, your property taxes won't spike up, but for the next generation, they get hammered. A living trust will not protect your family from massive property tax increases. So that's another area where I think your living trust could be a ticking time bomb, because a lot of people think, oh, a living trust, it's safe, right? I've heard this from new clients. Well, I thought putting my house in a living trust meant there'd be no property tax increases when it goes to my kids. So I'm going to give a couple examples of how big these increases can be. For Prop 19 now looks at your property in two categories, your primary residence and everything else. Your primary residence gets some protections from property tax reassessments if your children move in to your primary residence within 1 year of you passing away. So if your kids inherit your primary residence, your house, and they don't live in it, they just rent it out, full property tax reassessment. Now, if they move in, there's $1 million in fair market value that's protected from a reassessment. So let's say you have a $2.2 million house, fair market value, and the assessed value is only $200,000, right? So if your kids move in, you take the $200,000, you add $1 million to that, $1.2 million is not going to be reassessed. But hey, the house is worth $2.2 million. That leaves $1 million unprotected. $1 million will be reassessed. Property taxes go up by about $12,000 a year. And if your kids don't move in, well, the full $2.2 million is reassessed. All other real property is fully reassessed when you pass away, no questions asked. Unless you take steps to plan, by the way. But we have a solution. We have developed solutions for families. We have the Gilfix and Loophole and Dynasty LLC process. So we can solve this. You have to plan ahead. So it's not just about taxes, it's about preserving your home, right? So let's say there's a $3.3 million value home and a $300,000 assessed value because mom and dad bought it decades ago. So Prop 13 kept the assessed value very low. Let's say the child inherits it and a child moves in. We thought we were protected, right? In this case, the first $1 million protected, but the house is worth $3.3 million. So you take $300,000, add $1 million to that, $1.3 million, that's protected. That leaves $2 million unprotected from property tax increases. So the difference, if a family does Prop 19 planning and keeps those property taxes low versus not taking steps to keep property taxes low, look at the numbers. They go up about $22,000 a year. And over time, over 10 years, that's $240,000. Over 20 years, over $500,000. Over 30 years, almost $900,000 extra property taxes. And property taxes are not fully deductible from income taxes. So to pay that extra $892,000 in property taxes, your child would have to earn $1.3, $1.4 million extra dollars just to pay those taxes. So yeah, planning ahead can be so powerful. We're talking about hundreds of thousands of dollars, if not millions of dollars for future generations. Prop 19 has zero protections for rental properties. So no matter what the rental property, unless you take steps and work with us to protect it, it would be fully reassessed at fair market value. Let's say it's a $2 million rental property with a $200,000 assessed value. Similar numbers, by the way. If for a family that takes steps to plan versus not planning, we're talking about over $200,000 in after-tax money that you have to spend on property taxes over 10 years, $800,000 over 30 years. Now imagine if you have a child with special needs or you're worried your child won't be able to get a job because AI is taking over everything. That can be the difference between having a sustained future and not, right? It's a massive difference. So imagine what we can do when we work together to save your hard-earned real estate. We have helped hundreds of California families to protect their properties, their primary residence, and other properties from property tax reassessments. And we can still lock in the crucial step up in cost basis that we've talked about in other talks and earlier here today. Don't try this at home. Do not work with somebody who does not understand these issues inside and out. And fortunately, Francis Loophole on our team is, I think, one of the best tax attorneys in America, and he has developed some extraordinary solutions. There's no one-size-fits-all solution for any family. So, okay, do not assume your living trust will protect from property tax increases. It will not. We encourage you to meet with us. You can contact us at 650-493-8070 or gilfix.com. I hope you got a lot out of this, and I hope everybody's staying safe, sane, and healthy. I hope everybody takes care. See you later.